Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Dare to Launch and Build Your Pitch Deck that has yielded $500,000 in average pre-seed investment in 2020. Are you excited about this? I am, because I'm a founder, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm also an investor, and I could not wait to look at that data that just came out and understand what is it that makes our pitch deck amazing and what is it that makes investors want to invest in us. And so today I'm going to share all that with you. Very, very exciting data and a lot of tips and tricks for you as well. Are you excited? I am. All right. At the end of today's webinar, I am going to give you a free gift. It's a 30-question checklist that lets you answer all the questions you need to know to launch your business. It is completely free and complimentary. I've put this together with 40 experts in Silicon Valley. So stick around till the end, and you might even qualify for a 30-minute free coaching session with me, which is a value of $250. So if that's not an incentive to stick around and give me your time, then I don't know what, right? All right, so who am I and why am I talking about pitch decks? My name is Anne Coquette. I'm the founder and CEO of The Guild. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm an investor in Silicon Valley. And as you can see here on the slide, I love to bring people together. I love to bring community together, connect people, and help female entrepreneurs, and specifically first-time female entrepreneurs, launch their businesses Silicon Valley style. I do this through a lot of talks and webinars and courses and coaching, and as an advisor and an investor to startups. So a few things that I've done in the past, some crazy startups and also some not so crazy ones. I launched and acquired a pet nutrition startup. I started a company with my husband, a small consumer product company. We launched that in 15 countries and then ultimately sold the company in 2015. And then after a while working in Genentech's innovation team, looking at thousands and thousands of pitch decks from digital health companies, I launched and started The Guild, which is a community of female entrepreneurs, investors, and innovators to collaborate and bring great ideas together and bring ventures into the world. And I also do a lot of other things. So I'm a mentor and advisor to a bunch of different startup ecosystems. As you can see here, I'm a mentor to the German accelerator. I'm a lead mentor there for companies who want to start and come to the United States and raise funding here. I've also been part of the Singularity University ecosystem and their first accelerator. I've advised 500 startups. I'm a judge at a lot of different startup competitions and give founders advice. And I also run a lot of founder-funder programs for The Guild. So The Guild is a community, as I mentioned. We used to do a lot of in-person events. So this is just a quick snapshot for you to see what The Guild is all about. We're also offering one-on-one introductions, and we have an awesome community platform where people can ask questions and get advice. And if you get stuck with your pitch deck, that's a great place to ask questions and to get feedback and advice from people who know what they're doing. So last but not least, before we jump right in and get to all the goodies in this webinar, I launched a Guild Academy program a year ago in 2020 when we all pivoted our businesses. We thought perhaps we should bring the amazing experts that we usually brought to Silicon Valley conferences that I organized in the past 5 years. We should bring them to a bigger audience. We should bring them to you in a new kind of format, in a digestible format, in videos, in small ask me anything sessions and webinars. And so we put together this incredible program. It's an 8-week program called the Guild Academy. And we bring you all these investors, experts, authors, professors who know a lot about entrepreneurship and who want you to learn how to start a startup as well. So that's my latest venture. And within the realm of that, I've done a lot of showcases and demo days. I've reviewed a lot of startup pitches. And so today we are here going to give you the perfect pitch deck and how to put it together in under 1 hour. Disclaimer here. You won't be pitching tomorrow and we'll be raising $1 million or $500,000, okay? So do not think that just because you did the webinar today, tomorrow there's going to be investors lining up at your door and throwing $500,000 checks at you. All right, so it's a lot of work, and I want you to understand that. And what we're giving you here today, and what I'm giving you, is the way and the step-by-step guide how you can get there and how you can get there fast to shortcut all the mistakes and the challenges that founders had before you. And that's, I think, super exciting. Wouldn't you agree? All right, so you'll be equipped with a startup pitch. You feel confident to go out there, find the investors, and go get the funding and the money you need to get your dream business off the ground. Wouldn't that be amazing? Getting your dream business off the ground with the money and the funds you need, and with the expertise of those investors to create a really successful company. All right, so promise me, once you have the formula for building that pitch deck, do not go out there and pitch to the wrong investors. All right, we already have it really hard as female entrepreneurs. There's a lot of bias in the ecosystem. We know that the numbers don't help us. They're a little bit stacked against us, I know. But if you go out there with your perfect pitch deck and you throw that in front of the wrong investors, we are going to get a bad rep. So promise me, pinky promise, okay, that you're not going to go out there with your perfect pitch deck and ruin our reputation, but you're gonna do the work and you're going to look at who is the right investor, and then you're going to pitch, okay? All right, let's get in it. Who wants to know the 3 secrets of building a pitch deck that averaged $500,000 in investment in 2020 for over 5,000 startups? All right, so first secret I'm gonna go share with you is the elements of a compelling pitch that investors wanna know more about. So you're not going to do one pitch and somebody will write you a check. That happens sometimes, but it is really far at the end of the bell curve. And that is not typically how investment works. So you send a pitch first, right? And then if that pitch has the right elements and is exciting to the investor will wanna have a meeting with you. And then you pitch again, and then you might even pitch to the whole team or whoever it is you're pitching, okay? All right, so first of all, I'm gonna share the elements of a successful pitch. Second of all, we're going to create a pitch in 1 hour, okay? And lastly, I'm going to share your most important slides. What are investors interested right now in 2021, based on the data we have from last year and based on the conversations we're already having here in Q1 in 2021. Are we ready? Are you excited? Shall we go? Okay, number 1, elements of a compelling pitch investors cannot wait to know more about. Guess what? You're not the first one to pitch investors. And Tony Robbins said something really cool. He said something like, don't reinvent the wheel, copy the people who already have success. So that's a little paraphrase, but that's in essence what Tony Robbins says, okay? So copy the people who are successful. And in terms of the pitch, we are going to look at pitches that have been successful. And luckily, I had the chance to look at thousands of pitches, and DocSend, a company that lets you send their pitch deck to investors, also had the chance to analyze data from 5,600 pitches in 2020. And so we're going to learn from those pitches what those critical elements are, and then we are going to create our own pitch deck. So every pitch is a story. I want you to understand this. A pitch is not 15 slides thrown at you and people go like, oh my God, what is this? A pitch is a story, and you have the skill to stitch those slides together into a very compelling story. So let's see, what reaction do we want to get from the pitch? Well, the reaction is like, oh my God, as an investor, I need to learn more. I want to invest now. I love this company. I love these founders. Like, how can I be part of it? That is the reaction you want to get from your pitch deck. If you're getting a reaction that is like, yeah, cool, huh? Yeah, I see a few companies in that space, you are not going to make the cut. So what we're aiming for is, I love it, I need to know more. That investors will not know everything about your company and every intricacy of your business model, but they will want to know more. And that is the goal of your successful investor pitch. So let's go back to the audience for a second here. You did promise me that we're not going to pitch the wrong investors because it's going to waste your time and their time, right? So your pitch can be perfect. But guess what? If you put it in front of the wrong audience, you are going to bomb and you're not going to be successful. So what you need to do is you need to check who that investor is and in which kind of company they're investing, which stage, which check size, which industry. Are only investing in certain locations, in certain countries? What does their portfolio look like? Is there a competitor of yours in that portfolio that is exactly doing the same or a little bit different or not, right? And what is their investment thesis? So you have to do the work to understand all that before you find a perfect investor and pitch. And I tell you, instead of doing 500 pitches, shotgun approach to everybody, you are going to do only between 50 and 100 perhaps to get to your investment. And that is key. And you need to do the upfront work here to find the right audience before you go pitch. All right, the stage. So where are we in the process of funding our company here right now when we're talking about pre-seed pitches? Okay, so here is a little infographic. I'm happy to send that to you after the webinar as well and put the links in the comments. So we are between prototyping stage and the first customer. All right, so prototyping stage means you are getting the resources to build a prototype. So in general, okay, it might be different for you, but in general, this is an angel round, early pre-seed round, around 100K to 250K that you're raising. And so this is really for you to build the minimum viable product. So friends, family typically come into these rounds, angel investors, and you could also do crowdfunding campaign at that stage. The typical pre-seed round right now is anywhere between $250,000 and $2 million. And as I said, DocSend did an analysis of the pitch decks they saw, and on average, people raised around $500,000 for their pre-seed round in 2020 out of those pitches that were successful that they looked at. All right, and so at that point, you are testing your business model. So you are testing if your users are going to use your product. Are they going to pay for it? Are they going to return to you? Are they going to refer other people to use your product? And you're going to take a very close look at your financials here at that process step to say, okay, how am I going to make this a very successful business? And how am I going to get to that next step in the business to showcase that this is in fact a big business? Okay, and so we have financial planning templates for that in the guild and in the guild academy as well to get to that number, like how much you need to raise, because you're not just going to arbitrarily raise $500,000, right? No, $500,000 might be the right one for the company A, might not be the right number for company B. Are we ready for the elements of a compelling pitch? So here is the list of all the slides and the elements you need in your pitch to raise and be successful and get that reaction from those investors. All right, so this is in order of slides. So this is not like some random mash of slides. This is the winning order of successful pitches in 2020. And of course, you might tweak that a little bit, but let me tell you what the elements were of the pitch that was successful and raised $500,000 in 2020. Slide number 1, purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Problem. What is it that we're solving? What's the pain point here? Solution. What is the solution? And why is this a solution that matters now? Especially in this pandemic, especially in the economic climate we're in right now. Why now has become a really important slide. Product. What is it that you're building? What have you already built? Do you have an MVP? What does it look like? Can you show us? Right? That is the product. And then market size. How big of a market is that? How many people can benefit from this? How big of an investment opportunity is this? Followed by team. Who is going to put this together? Because you're not the only one who is building this company right now and working on this idea. So who is the team that has the biggest success of creating this product and the solution and making this a huge, big success? And then how are you going to make money, right? The business model. Of course, we need to know how we make money, right? Traction. Next slide. How have you shown that this, in fact, which are all assumptions until now, is actually happening? Like if you had an instant ice cream maker idea or something like that, you got to show people the traction. Even in a pre-seed early stage round, traction is really important and more important right now. Then the financials, show us the forecast, show us how we're going to manage, how you think about making money, and then competition. Who else is in the space and how are you unique? And that is followed by your last slide, which is, because of all this, we are going to make an ask here, and we have an opportunity for you to invest in this company. $500,000 we're raising at these terms, blah, 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 blah. We would love for you to join our journey. So those are the elements of the successful pitch. Now you're going to look online, you're going to Google, you're going to find a million other ways of putting these pitch decks together. And the most relevant data that's happening, that's proven right now in Silicon Valley in the United States, is this compelling pitch. Okay? All right. So number 2, how are we going to now create this pitch? It's going to take forever, no? I mean, all these things, we need to put them together. It's going to be congruent. We need to do all the research. Well, okay, here is how you're going to start without overwhelm. Isn't that awesome? No overwhelm. We're just going to do it and hack it out in an hour. Put that hour on your calendar right now. So you're going to have that calendar hour reserved for that pitch. Okay, promise me. Gonna put it up there on your calendar. Okay, promise? Right. Okay, so the prerequisite for building a pitch in 1 hour is obviously that you have to have your ducks in a row. Okay, you cannot start by saying like, oh yeah, I have an idea and I want to create a pitch deck, and maybe we're going to do a subscription model, or maybe we're going to charge one time, or maybe going after that market, but maybe that other market is kind of cool too. No, you are way beyond that stage. All right. You are the pre-seed stage, which is talked about where that is in the process. So you have to have your ducks in a row. Okay. If you don't have your ducks in a row, you got to go back to step 1. And I'll tell you how you can do that. There's a lot of resources and materials in the Guild and the Guild Academy programs that help you go through that process and get all your ducks in a row. But for this pitch deck, to build it in 1 hour, you're going to have your ducks in a row. Here it is. Here is the pitch deck and how you're going to build it in 1 hour. So you can see here, there's 12 slides. We just went through all of them, right? 12 different topics. And so what you're going to do is you're creating a grid exactly like this. And then you put 1 sentence per slide on each one of these slides. So now, if we're dividing 60 minutes by 12 slides, it's going to be 5 minutes per slide. If you need more than 5 minutes per slide to put your sentence up there and think what's on it, you're not ready. Okay, so you should be able to do this in 1 minute even. Okay, so you could create your pitch deck in 12 minutes, but okay, I give you 5 minutes per slide. So think about, what is your purpose? What does your investor need to know about your company? What's the problem? Like, what is a problem that really exists? And it doesn't just exist in your head, but it actually exists, and you have data to show that it does exist. put data in here. It's important to put numbers in your pitch deck and make sure that it's not just in your head, it's not just your assumptions, but in fact, it's a problem. Because your investor might not know your space that well. Now, obviously, you should find investors who invest in your space. But if they are not that well versed in your space, and none of the investors will be because they're looking at tons and tons of pitches, right? And you're a subject matter expert in your particular area, you need to be able to really communicate well what it means to solve the problem in your space. All right, then you move on to the solution. What is the solution to the problem? Why is this important now? And here's my product. And the product is really important in the pre-seed pitch. You want to show what it is. You want to show wireframes. You want to show screenshots. You want to maybe do a demo. It's hard to do a good demo, especially when you present, because things go wrong right and left in your tech. So make sure it really works and test it 50,000 times if this is a pitch you're delivering in person. If this is just a pitch deck, you can always embed a link or a video, okay? And then you talk about the market size. How big is this market? And which part of that market are you going after? What's your team? Who are the people that are involved? And so now you obviously put your co-founders there if you do have co-founders, and you may not yet have employees. So you put all the people who are helping you currently put this together on the team slide, and please put your advisory board on there as well. In a lot of pre-seed pitches, you want to put your advisory board here. And then you talk about the business model. How are you going to make money? And how have you proven that, in fact, how you think you're going to make money is how you're going to make money? And that's the traction slide. Here are the financials. Here's how much money we're going to make in the next 3 years. Here's the competition. And here is our ask. One sentence per slide. Set up that 1 hour on your calendar. You can do it. Do you believe you can do it? And I'm going to give you an example right now of something that came up yesterday. I'm like, what could I come up with? Okay, here is the happier, healthier, instant ice cream pitch. Okay, so our purpose is to create happier, healthier, instant ice cream for all. Okay, what's the problem? Access to fresh ice cream at home. Like, we do not have fresh, healthy ice cream at home. So the solution here is clearly to create an instant ice cream maker with healthy ingredients. Why is that important right now? Because obviously we're not going to work anymore. So our favorite ice cream parlor is not on the way anymore. I can't really order ice cream, so Postmates, because it's going to be molten by the time it's at home. And so now when we're at home with our kids, obviously this is the most important thing that could happen in my household. Everybody will be happier if we have this instant ice cream maker machine. Here is this wonderful picture of the machine. You can create any flavor within 2 minutes, and it has less calories than your typical ice cream. It's a huge market because clearly everybody loves ice cream. Yeah, we have a team of experts here that come from the food and the consumer products industry. So no-brainer, great advisory board. How are we going to make money? Well, obviously it's a one-time fee, and then we have a subscription. Every month people can order new flavors. And we already have 1,000 pre-orders from people who cannot wait to get their hands on that. And we have a partnership with a really, really awesome chef who is creating new flavors for us. According to that, and with our projections, because of the market and our current traction, we think we're going to make $1 million in 1 year, because the profit margin is 50%. In 3 to 5 years from now, we're going to have a $100 million business. There's a lot of ice cream in the market, but this one is unique, it's instant, it's affordable, and all these other competitors in the space here are not. And so therefore, we're now looking for partnerships with food partners, but also we're having an investment opportunity here for you to be part of this incredible, happier, healthier, instant ice cream business. So, okay, I don't know if you would give me money for this pitch, but what I'm trying to show you is, okay, one sentence, one message per slide. Obviously, it needs a little bit more than one sentence on a slide, but do not put too much text on these slides. All the pitch decks I see, 95% too much text. Be visual. Don't put flowers when in fact you're talking about pregnancy and prenatal nutrition. Okay, the flower doesn't communicate anything, so put a picture of your target customer there, put a picture of your survey or your quiz or whatever it is that you're currently providing. Put a picture of your website, put a picture of your app, put a picture of that CAD model of that product that you're creating if you're in the hardware space, or put a sort of a case study picture, PDF screenshot if you're in the B2B space. Okay, be simple and concise. Put numbers, as I said, lots of numbers. You want to make sure people don't just think this is something that's happening in your head. It's actually real. Okay, and you've done the work to research that this in fact is real. And then make sure it's beautifully branded. Okay, we are in a space now where these shitty pitch decks that a lot of people did like 5-10 years ago that got them investment, that doesn't fly anymore. Okay, like put a little bit of time into the branding. Branding has become so much more important these days for startups in general, because we're in a crowded space, especially if you're in a digital space and you have a brand. You want to make sure people understand your company by just sort of getting the feel of the slide and trying to understand your core values just based on what you communicate visually with your slides. You can outsource this to somebody on Upwork or other platforms, and it's not going to cost you a lot. It's really cheap to do this if you're not the big branding expert and graphic designer in your company, and that's not your core strength. All right, number 3. Do we want to learn about secret number 3? What are the most important slides? Yeah? Okay. All right. Here are the slides that investors really scrutinized in 2020, and they're continuing to do so in 2021. So, number 1 stat, the investors who wanted to learn more spend a whole of 4 minutes and 20 seconds on a deck that they liked. But if they didn't like it, they only spent 1 minute and 30 seconds and they're like, done, no, for a pass. Okay, so you have in effect 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is why this becomes so important. You get these slides in the right row and that it tells a story by just flipping through them, okay, to get their attention span and to get them to look at your pitch for at least 4 minutes. 4 minutes is a long time actually to look at a pitch. I looked at a lot of pitches. 4 minutes is a long time. You really go into detail. You're like, interesting, the competition. That's how they're unique. There's going to be a lot of aha moments for your investors in those 4.5 minutes. Again, this is all data from DocSend, so you can check the report there as well. And now there's 3 slides that got a lot more attention in the last year compared to the year before are competition, product, and business model. And that's not surprising because people want to hedge their bets, right? They want to make sure that they invest in companies that are really, really awesome. And so they want to understand, how are you unique? And that's where the competition slide comes in. Like, how are you different to all these other things people are currently using to solve the problem you outlined in the beginning? And that slide has a whole of 1 minute. People spend 1 minute out of those 4 minutes, spend 1 minute on that slide. So you better put up a good graphic there. There's different ways to do a good competitive analysis and communicate your unique point, but you better really spend some time on that slide and make sure you know your competition in and out. You must have signed up for their services to understand what they're doing well, what they're not doing well. You must have interviewed their users to understand what frustrates them and where can you get them to sign up to your solution instead. Product viability, like how viable is this product? And what is the founder thinking, and what are the founders thinking about putting a solution together? What is that product, right? You can solve a problem with a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be one thing, right? That it is so important to communicate what your product really is, why it's unique, and how you're doing it. And then last but not least, how are you going to make money in this new normal where everybody's going online, remote work, right? How are we making money? Do these customers still pay for the service you're offering? I'm doing a lot of virtual events. Nobody's paying anymore, okay? Like people pay $1,000 for a conference to go somewhere and meet people. They don't spend $1,000 typically on a virtual conference. It's a little bit different now, right? So you have to communicate very well your business model. 46% increase in time on the product. The investors want to know more about the product. 28% more time spent on the business model. So these are really, really important stats. Those are really important slides. And if we go back and jump back here for 1 second, these are the slides. The pink ones here are the ones where investors spend most time. So they have always spent a lot of time on your team slide. So that hasn't really changed in 2020. But that doesn't mean that slide isn't just as important as before. The investors spend a lot of time on your team. They want to know you. They want to know who is going to make this happen. And traction, of course, as well. Always a big one in 2019, as well as in 2020 and in 2021. Okay, so solution, product, team, traction, really important slides, and more scrutiny now on the business model, on the competition, and on the product, on top of what it was before. Okay, isn't that incredible? Man, we got a lot of good nuggets out of this, didn't we? I was excited when I saw the report, and we dove in and we digged in and we looked at all our pitch events that were done in 2020 and 2021. And so the number one advice is for you to, go look at other pitches, see how other people pitch, and you will see so quickly what they do well and what they don't do well. And think about it in a way of you having $1,000 right now, taking them out of your own pocket, and you have to invest in one of those companies that you're going to watch in one of these pitch videos. Okay, and I really think about, why would you invest in those companies? What do they do well? How do they tell their stories? And then you invest. So we did a co-founder pitch recently. You can go to the Guild and find those pitches. Were 3-minute pitches, excellent pitches there. The Volition pitch we did recently with our partners in Canada. So you can review that too. It's also on the Guild. There's 5 awesome pitches on there. Anything from medical devices to robots that pick strawberries. And then we also do Guild pitches. We do pitch feedback Fridays, and we do showcases and demo days. And if you send me a note, I will also send you those pitches if you want to get some inspiration and see how other people pitch. Does that sound good? Deal? Yeah? All right. Well, if you feel like this right now, a little bit overwhelmed, and you would like to continue the conversation, I have good news for you. We put together a package for you that is a continuation of the conversation we had here today. And I want to ask you if you want me to share that in a few minutes before we jump into Q&A. So please let me know if that's okay for me to share a few more things, how we can continue the conversation after today. All right. Oh, cool. Yes. All right. All right. Thumbs up. I love it. Okay, cool. All right. Well, here it is. It's our 8-week Guild Academy program. It's full of incredible bits and pieces and advice, super relevant content. It's from this year and last year. It's not old content from old concepts that don't work anymore. And we had 100 people, 100 entrepreneurs who went through the program last year. And we're expanding this year. So what you're going to get is the 8-module Guild Academy program, which is pretty much a mini MBA. We put this together with 40 of the most relevant, amazing, wonderful experts in entrepreneurship, investing, serial entrepreneurs, authors, professors, investors. And that program has a value of $10,000. We put that together for you. I'm not going to charge you that, but I'm just going to show you the value you're getting in the Guild Academy program. So Julie Hakim, for instance, took this program last year. They did a femtech-focused academy, and you're going to get all these recordings from that as well. She says, it gave me essentially everything I wish I had not learned the hard way. You will up-level everything you know or thought you knew about the science and art of creating and sustaining a successful business. And this is Dr. Julie Hakim, who is building a stint for women and girls. Incredible company, incredible woman. Here's Amber Nordbeck. She's from OPU Connect. She's saying the program was a game changer and made us pivot in the right direction. Thank you, Amber. She's incredible. She's up in Montana and she's building an incredible solution for people with addiction problems. So what you're going to get is the 8-module Guild Academy program at a value of $10,000. And you're also going to get Ready, Set, Go templates and checklists. So these templates have been developed with entrepreneurs, with experts in finance, with lawyers, with user researchers to bring you the most relevant checklists like business checklists, readiness checklists, co-founder checklists, templates and guides for you to launch your business and focus on your business instead of focusing on all this crap and recreating the wheel of your own financial planning template, or how to write a great investor and advisor agreement, and how to conduct user interviews. There's a template here. You can start user interviews today with that template. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to fill in that subcategory of your problem. That is valued at $5,000. What are people saying? Anna Scotta here, founder of Happy Bunching, the Guild Academy financial planning template for my 1-year projection model has become my go-to tool in my business. And she's just launched a crowdfunding campaign on WeFunder to raise a few $100,000 for Happy Bond. So you're going to get an 8-week Guild Academy program valued at $10,000, the Ready, Set, Go template and checklist valued at $5,000, so total value of $15,000, but we're not stopping there. You're also offering you, because we know it's hard to do self-learning, we are offering you 24/7 chat support from the startup community, from our team in the Guild platform. So if you have a question at 2 a.m. at night, you can plug the question in and our team is going to get back to you within a few hours, and putting that roadblock out of your way so you can start and go and grow. Okay, so that support valued at $4,000. Like, people love it. They love the resources, the tools, the weekly challenges, and plus the opportunity to ask questions and receive support anytime one of our Guild Academy participants has said. So what you're going to get is not just the 8-week Guild Academy program valued at $10K, Ready, Set, Go templates, and 24/7 startup support, all valued at $19,000. We are also throwing in a few bonuses here. And if you look at these, like, bonus number 1 is a list of 400 female-focused ecosystem partners, angel groups, investors, VC firms, and educational programs and startup competitions. I don't even put a price on that. I think that's an invaluable resource, and only our Guild Academy participants get access to that list, because you have to promise that you're not harassing the wrong people, right? And then you get a 1-year Guild Academy membership, access to quarterly summits. We are also going to give you the metrics and market masterclass, so you can do a deep dive on product metrics and business metrics and create your own company dashboard, so you know at any given point in time where you're going. And there's a financial forecasting crash course in here, so that you get your financial planning templates ready. We have a COO and HR toolkit, because if you want to hire people, you want to get volunteers, interns, or contractors involved, you better have the right contract templates there. They're all ready, set, go. We have a template. We have a toolbox too, with the tools and resources and SaaS tools that will make your life 150,000% easier. And then we give you an Act Now bonus here as well. You're going to get a consultation, complimentary 1-hour consultation call as part of this program with me if you act now. So the value of all that, $2,600. And so now let me bring this all together. So you're going to get the 8-week Guild Academy program. You can access this at any given point in time in the pocket. It's on an app as well. You can do the course at any given point in time here. Ready, Set, Go templates and checklists, 24/7 startup support for 8 weeks, and the 4 masterclass bonuses here, all together valued at $21,675. Now, I know you're startup entrepreneurs, you don't have $21,000 to spend on this. if you did a master's program, you would probably dish this out in a semester in no time, and much more even, right? So I want to ask you, if all the academy did finally launch your dream business and get paying customers, would it be worth it? If it would help you create the perfect pitch and pitch for investment, would it be worth it? And lastly, if you could get to the point where you know when to leave your full-time job and start paying yourself that dream salary of yours, would it be worth it? I think the answer is yes. I definitely wish I had had this program before I started all my businesses in the past. So Davina definitely thinks so too. She just launched a crowdfunding campaign, hit $50,000 with her company Element Apathic. It's a skincare company. She's done incredibly well. She even won a pitch event she just did, thanks to all my feedback and practice opportunities. Davina is incredible. So she definitely thinks it's worth it. So I am not going to charge you $21,000, okay? But today I am going to give you a really, really special offer for the Guild Academy. For the very small investment of $997, you're going to get access to all the things that I just outlined. I mean, that's pretty incredible, isn't it? So Lorita is saying the Academy has been the blueprint she needed to make her idea reality. She's a very active Guild member. You can meet her in the Guild and also ask her questions. She said it was phenomenal, the way how we chose the content and the right experts to teach, the right amount, the right sessions. She had one-on-one sessions with me, which were invaluable. She needed a feedback on her pitch and the progress, and she actually won the showcase and got $20,000 worth of developer hours, which was a prize that we had for that cohort. So she's saying it's been one of the best decisions she's made. Amazing. Lorita is incredible, and I hope you will also have that kind of experience. By the way, we guarantee satisfaction 100%, because I do not want you to leap into entrepreneurship, do this course and be like, well, no, this wasn't the right thing. No, we only want happy customers. So if after 4 weeks you submit your coursework and you're like, no, this was not the right thing for me to leap into entrepreneurship, 100% money back guarantee. All right, so here it is, $997 today for you to get access to the Guild Academy. It's the 8-week Guild Academy program. Ready, set, go templates, 24/7 startup support for 8 weeks, the 4 masterclasses and bonuses here at a total value of $21,000. And you are going to get it for $997. So head over to letsskill.com/academy right now and secure this spot. Enroll now and make this the best decision you've done in a month. Apparently, PayPal also gives you credit. If you sign up for the credit card, they give you $900 or $1,000 or so. So look into that. And if you're not making any money, you're not raising any money here, then and you're not getting value from the program, you can always say, no, it wasn't the right thing for you, for me. And what we're doing too is we are actually giving you a chance to do this in partial payments. So they're a little bit higher than the total cost. But if you want to do monthly payments, we offer you $397 a month, followed by 2 more payments, monthly payments at $397. And again, all of this with 100% satisfaction guarantee. I'm not selling you anything here that I don't 100% believe in. So here's again the offer. Do let me know if you have any questions, and now we can jump right into Q&A. If you have any questions about the pitch slides, I am happy to answer any questions. If you have questions about the program, happy to answer any questions. I'm going to go and look at the chat right now and see what questions you have, and if I can help you. All right, somebody is asking about the competitor slide and what kind of competitor analysis to put there. Well, there's many different ways how to put together a competitor slide, and it really depends on the uniqueness of your company. If your company is unique in 2 dimensions, you might want to use a 2-dimension graph. and say, here's one dimension, here's the other dimension, we are over here, and all our competitors are here because we are the best in these 2 dimensions. However, if you are better than in 2 dimensions, there's other ways how you can showcase that in a diagram. And typically it's a diagram, or is a table, or is that 2-dimension graph to showcase who's the competition. But what you want to do is you want to put very clearly that one sentence here: how are you unique compared to your competitors? So you want to put that uniqueness on that slide. That's your one sentence, and then you can add that graphic to underscore that point, and to also show that you've done the work and you've done the competitive analysis. By the way, in the Guild Academy, we also have a very comprehensive competitive analysis template with about 5 tabs where you can go methodically through all your competitors and see, you know, what product features do they have, what's their pricing, how do they communicate with the customers, how many followers do they have, what's their website traffic. And that really gives you a good idea of why you're unique, and gives you a good idea of the market and the competition, right? It's a wonderful question. Great question, right, people? Wonderful. Okay, any other questions? All right, yeah, somebody's asking here, one-on-one coaching. Yes, so I do offer one-on-one coaching, and we have a special package where you can also add one-on-one coaching. And it's not just one-on-one coaching, and I can show you very, very quickly here. There's another program where you can add one-on-one coaching with me or other experts in the guild. So this could be patent attorneys, this could be people to figure out your supply chain, this could be people to talk about branding, marketing, pitch deck reviews, PR advice, right? We have all these mentors and advisors in the Guild Academy, and you can choose who you want that coaching with. People love it. People think the one-on-one coaching is one of the best things. So thank you for the question. We have a few testimonials here too about my own coaching. And then, so basically you can add that to the package, and you can also add weekly mastermind groups with like-minded entrepreneurs. Here's a picture of one of those. And then we also, you can also add weekly Ask Me Anything sessions. So those are the sessions where we invite those superstars from the industry to highlight a specific topic and answer your questions. So all this together, total value $30,000 with the $21,000 for the self-learner. And again, you know, this is pretty much worth it. I'll tell you, I mean, these one-on-one calls and the weekly masterminds and everything else is just insane. And so we're offering that at $5,000, $4,997. We have very limited seats. So to get a seat in that program, you actually have to talk to us. So the next cohort starts on April 1st. So book a call with our team, with my team, and only do that if you're really ready, right? If you have the integrity, you want to invest in yourself, you're ready to invest 5 to 10 hours a week. And the call is absolutely free, okay? So you can book that call on the website. There's a link there, a Calendly link, where we can book that. I have time set aside in the next 2 weeks to talk about that program. And so that one you can also book on the Guild Academy, letsguildacademy.com/academy. And there's a monthly payment plan here, and also one-time payment. It's a little bit cheaper. So you can click the button, talk to our team, and you get to that link and you can book time with me. So I did say that if you stay all the way to the end of the webinar, that you get a free resource. And that is actually on the letsguild.com Academy website. So if you go there, there's going to be a pop-up of the free checklist. So right now, that pop-up is going to come up for the next 48 hours to get the free checklist. So you can go there right now, click on the free checklist, go through the checklist, and then at the end of it, it will give you a chance to book a 30-minute call with me to specifically talk about you, your pitch, your problems and challenges and successes in your startup. And that's not a sales call or anything like that. The call here you can book. Of course, we can talk about the academy as well, but the call here you can book is really to understand who you are, if this program is a good fit for you, and if we're a good fit for you, and we can come up with solutions for you to join that program and see what makes most sense for us, right? Isn't that awesome? Okay, so we have a lot of offerings. Do take advantage of the 30-minute, the 30-question checklist, and then check out our programs here. Total value of $30,000. This is literally a mini MBA you're getting, and we're giving it away today at either $5,000 with all the bells and whistles, or if you're a self-learner and you're like, hey, I got this, I just need the information and the videos, then you can also get that at let'sskill.com/academy, and you can get started today. All right, everybody, I had a wonderful time. I will continue to answer questions. And with that, I am going to say bye.